So the best part is you don't need exotic superfoods. Simple foods can actually work incredibly well. So these can be fruits, vegetables, oats, whole grains, even lentils, beans, even nuts and seeds. So one of the healthiest eating pattern for gut health is the Mediterranean style diet because it naturally includes lots of plant diversity and fiber. And studies shows that this eating pattern can improve the gut microbiota diversity. Okay, so it is not only about eating more of the fiber or plant foods, but it is also about eating the diversity of plant foods. And this diversity is considered a sign of a healthier and good microbiome. And the simple goal can be try eating around 25 to 30 different plant foods per week. Okay, not per day, it is per week. So to reach that goal, you can actually go for like 4 to 5 servings of plant foods, like different plant foods per day, so that you can reach your goal up to 25 to 30 different plant foods. And the important thing is that the diversity matters more than perfection. And now let's talk about one more important thing, that is the fermented foods. So these foods are very much important as they naturally contain beneficial microbes that actually support our gut health and gut microbiome. So the examples can be the yogurt. So especially the Greek yogurt or the plain yogurt, you can say all the flavored are like you have to avoid because they contain more of the artificial colors rather than the fruit. Okay, so it is better to prefer the plain yogurt instead of flavor. And it can be like you can also consume like curd or buttermilk, and other options can be sauerkraut, kefir, kimchi, miso, kombucha, and it can be also the traditional fermented foods like idli dosa and dhokla you can have. So or even like overnight soaked rice you can have. So it can be the traditional ways also. So the important thing is that it should be on a daily basis. And research has shown that fermented foods or the diets rich in fermented foods increase the microbiome diversity in the gut and even reduce the inflammatory markers. So this is actually pretty impressive, right? And the most important thing, as we have discussed, is the regularity. So even adding one fermented food daily can help in improving the digestion and bowel regularity over a time. So the main important thing is that you have to start it slowly. And if you suddenly overload your gut or your digestive system with fermented foods, there can be a temporary bloating that can happen. So while your gut actually adjusts. So always start a little and gradually you can increase the quantity. And so till now we have discussed like what is actually healthy for your gut, right? So on the other hand, it is equally important to know what are the foods that damage your gut health. Okay, sometimes improving the gut health is not only about eating healthy food, but also to know like what are the foods that cause harm to it. Okay, so what all comes under this category? So the first is the ultra processed foods and even excessive sugars, excessive consumption of alcohol, the artificial sweeteners, smoking habit, and even the frequent consumption of junk food, even the spicy foods. So, okay, these habits increase inflammation in the body and they also negatively impact the like beneficial gut microbiota. Okay. And now this doesn't mean you need to become obsessed with eating perfectly. Okay. Gut health is about patterns and not just about the perfection. Okay. Sometime or occasionally you can have the like outside food. So it is okay. Like occasional treats are completely okay. Fine. And the one more thing we have to look into is the stress levels. So your gut and the stress are also connected. So this part surprises many people, but it's true. So the stress can directly impact your gut health. That is because there is something called as gut-brain axis. And the communication network between the brain and the digestive system, so we call it as the gut-brain axis.